Hello, hello internet. So I've got the mic in my hand today because today, as you may see, my shelves are a little bit empty behind me, and I thought something that would be cool to do is show you all my horror collection. So that's exactly what I'm going to do today. I'm going to show you my horror collection. You won't be seeing my face in this video. I'm not going to be picking up the DVDs. I have just made, let me show you. It's all of these. This giant, oh wait, let me put them in focus. Sorry, my finger's right on this. Yeah, these piles, all these great piles for you today. So you're going to be seeing all this, so let's start from this end, and I hope you enjoy seeing my horror collection. So here we go. First of all, we have Night of the Living Dead, and then we have From Hell. Now there's some in here that you may not class as horror, but also like horror, comedy, I just don't know. I just threw ones in here that I've always classed as horror in a way, and From Hell does have its horror elements in there. Then we've got Trick or Treat, Shaun of the Dead, Surf Nazis Must Die, because that's a little bit of horror in there, and just silly fun, Invitation Only, which is a terrible film, Hansel and Gretel, The Uninvited, not the Hansel and Gretel, the new film, it's actually a Japanese film, Korean film, I can't remember. Then we've got Deep Rising, Deep Blue Sea, Cube, Cadaver Christmas, Meat Grinder, A Lonely Place to Die, which is sort of more thriller in a way, but it's still got some little horror elements in there. Leatherface, that is Texas Chainsaw Massacre 3, Exorcismus, Rubber, which is not really horror, but you know, it's got its horror elements with a tire exploding people's heads. We have Red State, which also isn't completely horror, but has its horror elements. Then we have Vampire Girls, Frankenstein Girl. Then we have Tokyo Zombie, which is more comedy as well. Then we have The Hills, Ron Red, Dracula, the Friday the 13th box set. Friday the 13th box set that only goes up to Jason Takes Manhattan, and I need to get Jason Goes to Hell and Jason X and Freddy vs. Jason, but I will get them very soon. But they're not things that I really need to get, but I will probably update you when I get them. We've got Wolf Creek, The Woman in Black, a film I still haven't watched, Teenage Hooker Became a Killing Machine, Piranha 3D, which was fun, Piranha DD, which is crap. Then we have the original Piranha. Then we have the original Piranha 2, The Spawning, which was hilarious because they got in like inside an aquarium and stuff. Then we have the Psycho remake by Vuskan's Son, which is a terrible remake, but it's got its, it's just a shot-to-shot remake, which is very good. We got Panic Button, Puppet Master, The Orphanage, Never Sleep Again, which is the Nightmare on Elm Street 4-hour-long documentary. Then we have Mega Shark vs. Giant Octopus, Mega Shark in Malibu, Murder Set Pieces. I know they're monster movies, but they've still got their horror elements. The Mega Shark films, and then we have Livid, then we have Killer Clowns from Outer Space, a great film, but very silly, and then we have the VHS of VHS, then we have My Little Eye, Rosemary's Baby, The Return of the Living Dead, The Return of the Living Dead again, because that's the old version, and as you can see, the old one is an 18, and then when it got a re-release with the new front cover, the new artwork, it then was a 15, which was very weird. Then we have Return of the Living Dead Part 2, The Ring and The Ring 2, Planet Terror, Shadow of the Vampire, No Vacancy, Orphan, Open Water, Switchblade Romance, Straw Dogs, the remake, bad remake, Sixth Sense, Scream Trilogy, Starship Troopers, Straw Dogs, the original, great original, Saint, Wreck 1, 2 and 3, Halloween Collection, which goes up to Halloween 5, Wrong Turn 5, Rabies, The Mothman Prophecy, which is not completely horror, but yes, it is scary in points, because I watched it as a kid, I just remember it being scary, but I haven't watched it since then. The Lords of Salem, May I Kill You, which isn't completely horror, but has some little parts to it with some gore in there. Cold Prey, Red Eye, Cujo, Blade 2, Magic, Tail, I Didn't Come Here to Die, Black Water, Bait, Hostel, Base Mong, which isn't really a horror as well, but it has got its moments in there. Then we have Doom, the others, Texas Chainsaw, I bought it, yes, it's a terrible remake, but it was cheap in my work. 1 Hour Photo, Vampires, 30 Days a Night, George Romero, Box of the Dead, House on the Haunted Hill, Episode 50, The Collection, and Chrome Skull. Then we have the Necromancer book, and then Evil Dead. And then we have Dawn of the Dead, the Ultimate Collection. Then we have Rare Exports, The Reaping, Recut, Renovant, Rika 2, One Missed Call, Reincarnation, Saturn Hill. I haven't turned around this film. What is that film? The monster, the B movie. Then we have Teeth, Trollhunter, Tales of the Dark Side, the TV series, Silence of the Lambs, Shock Labyrinth, Tokyo Gore School, The Tunnel, so I'm just sitting down on the floor quickly, The Squad, White Noise 1 and 2, The Woman, Wasting Away, What Lies Beneath, Zombie Flesh Eaters Collection, Vamp, Videodrome, Visitor Q, which isn't really a horror, it's a very weird film, but it can still go in this genre. Underworld, Wrong Turn 4, VHS, American Mary, The Wolfman, Sick Nurses, Slaughter High, The Standal Syndrome, Sliver, Pieces, Grabbers, which is not really horror, but it's a monster movie still, so it can still go in here. Take a God Police, Thirst, Tormented, Tucker Dale vs. Evil, The Taint, and Three Extremes. Texas Chainsaw 2, Tenebra, Texas Chainsaw the remake, The Thompsons, They Live, The Thing, and The Thing remake, Tortured, and The Tripper. And then we've got Hannibal Lecter box set, Saw box set, and then we have this box set, which is Shogun Assassin, The Mutilator, and The Burning. And then we have the Blu-rays here. We've got the Battle Royale Steelbook, Evil Dead 2, The Woman, Psycho Steelbook, House by the Cemetery, Poltergeist, Cure List, Silence of the Lambs, what is that? Scanners, The Thing, Dracula, Prometheus, yes, it's a sci-fi, but it can still go in horror. Piranha 3D, The Nightmare on Elm Street Collection, Return of the Living Dead, Return of the Living Dead, Steelbook, Rec 3 Genesis, Zombieland, The Woman in Black, Triangle, Scream 2, Serbian film, Grindhouse Collection, Hobo with a Shotgun, The Host, Hostel Part 2, Hostel, Insidious, Let Me In, Let the Right One In, The Loved Ones, Martyrs, The Mist, Frozen, Paranormal Activity, One Missed Call. Then we have Tucker and Dale vs. Evil, Tremors, Rec 1 and 2, The Strangers, Shaun of the Dead. Yes, I own Shaun of the Dead 4 times. I have a normal DVD, and then you've got Steelbook, and then you've got like a really cool slipcase edition. Signs, I Spit on Your Grave, I Saw the Devil, Cloverfield, Mimic, Jeepers Creepers, Friday the 13th, Final Destination 5, The Human Centipede 1 and 2 Steelbook, The Evil Dead, The Exorcist, Excision, The Descent Part 1 and 2, The Don't Look Now, Demons 1 and 2, The Cabin in the Woods, Battle Royale, American Werewolf in London, Antichrist, 30 Days of Night, 28 Days Later and 28 Weeks Later, Alien Anthology, and then we go back to DVDs. Here we have The Fourth Kind, Funny Games, which isn't really horror, but it does have its elements in there again, because it's a house invasion film in a way. The Exorcism of Emily Rose, Outcast, Right at Your Door, The Reef, Splinter, Laid to Rest, F, Fido, Frogs, Troll 1 and 2, yes, great films. Sharktopus, Suicide Club, Sorority Row, Shrooms, Shark Night, Signs, The Signal, Sleepy Hollow, Scream 4, Silent Hill, The Omen, the original, not the remake, which was a nice looking film, but was not very good. Poltergeist, Paranormal Activity 1, 2 and 3. Nope, I do not get 4 because that film is shit. I will not get 4. Psycho, the original, Phenomenon, Pontypool, P2, Macabre, The Midnight Meat Train, Monster Brawl, Martyrs, Maniac Cop, The Last House on the Left, The Loved Ones, Kill List, The Last House on the Left, Lake Mungo, The Living Dead at the Manchester Morgue, The Mist, Let Me In, Let the Right One In, Mega Piranha, I Spit on Your Grave, Insidious, The Innkeepers, yes, there's 2 different front covers because I'm someone that collects ones different front covers. Inbred, I Spit on Your Grave, Itchy the Killer, The Human Centipede 1 and 2, House of a Thousand Corpses, Hush, Intruders, Death Tube, The Silent House, Triangle, Urban Legend, Urban Explorers, Manhunt, Mum and Dad, Irreversible, not completely a horror but does have its parts, Hellraiser, Hellbound. I'd say Irreversible is a horror because it horrifies you in a way. Husk, Red, White and Blue, The Resident, Street Trash, Session 9, Silent House, Some Guy Who Kills People, Stakeland, The Strangers, Cabin Fever 1 and 2, The Crazies, Chore, Creep, Cannibal Holocaust, Carved, Confessions, The Backwoods, Bug, Blade, Black Christmas, Brain Scan, Black Sheep, The Blair Witch Project, The Brood, Baby Cool, Army of Darkness, American Psycho, Alone with Her, Audition, Amir, Battle Royale 1 and 2, Behind the Mask, The Rise of Leslie Vernon, Bad Taste, Big Tits Zombies, 28 Weeks Later, 28 Days Later, Adam Chaplin, Absentia, Apollo 18, Acacia, All the Boys of Mandy Lane, Attack of the Crab Monsters, Alice, 7 Days Later, 7 Days? Did I say 7 Days Later? I meant 7 Days, 30 Days of Night, Blood Trails, a Serbian film, Scream, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the original, Shaun of the Dead, yes, Shaun of the Dead again because that has a really nice front cover, Saw, Eaten Alive, Night Fangs, Antiviral, The Bay, Chained, House on the Haunted Hill, Tokyo Fish Attack, Tokyo Fish Attack, Inside, XT, Eden Lake, Demons 2, The Crazies, the original, Candyman, Collector's Edition, Catacombs, Altitude, American Werewolf in London, Brain Dead, Borderland, Frontiers, the final Funny Games, Frozen, Feed, Eraserhead, Don't Be Afraid of the Dark, Disturbia, The Dead, Deadheads, Don't Look Now, Dead Set, Evil Dead 1 and 2, The Exorcist, Dead Man's Shoes, Dawn of the Dead, Day of the Dead, Dark Water, Dead Snow, The Devil's Rejects, Drag Me to Hell, Dead Girl, The Descent Part 2, Dawn of the Dead, The Craft, The Critters Collection, Dead Silence, Daybreakers, Creepshow 1 and 2, Chucky, Carrie, Child's Play, and The Collector. And then over here we have Society, Silent Hill Revelation, Terrible, Terrible Film, Sinister, Sleep Tight, Stitches, Scream of the Banshee, Night Watch, The Hills of Eyes 1 and 2. I'm getting out of breath, I'm just speaking too quickly for this. H6, Halloween 2, Halloween Uncut, those are the remakes, and then we have the original Halloween, Heartless, Hollow Man, Hatchet 1 and 2, Grave Encounters 1 and 2, The Horde, The House of the Devil, Detention, Harold's Going Stiff, The Host, Wrong Turn 1, 2 and 3. Yes, I own all 5, and 6 is getting made soon. Why? The Gates of Hell trilogy, Seek the Living Dead, The Beyond, and House of Cemetery, Falsies Box of Terror. I can't completely remember what's in there, but I'll talk about it another time if anyone wants to really see about that. Then we have Creatures of the Black Lagoon, Cannibal Apocalypse, Cockneys vs. Zombies, The Nightmare on Elm Street, House on the Left, The Ring trilogy, Hostel, Leprechaun, Box Set, Nor, Mother's Day, Maniac, The Grudge, The Gathering, Grotesque, The Grudge, The Fly, yeah, that's The Grudge and The Grudge remake and The Grudge original, Fright Night, Feast trilogy, Funhouse, Pornography 1, 2, 3 and 4. And then we have the original Fright Night. And I also own Cannibal Holocaust, which is over here, and I forgot to put that in there. Yeah, that's all. That's my horror collection. But if any of you want to see the rest of this collection, I'm just sorting out this room at the moment because I'm moving into another flat for 2 months and then moving back into the exact same room because they're doing work here. But I'm still allowed to leave my posters and stuff in this room. But I'm going to be in a different flat in 2 weeks. No, in a week. So you'll see me in a different flat in my next video. But I hope you enjoyed seeing the horror collection, and you're going to get a DVD and Blu-ray collection updates soon. Well, very, very soon. So I hope you enjoyed seeing this, and I shall see you all in a couple of days when I do the DVD and Blu-ray collection updates. So thank you very much for watching this, and I'll see you again soon.